Before I start, this run will be performed on current patch, as this will make dealing with Yarnaby during his boss fight easier, as well as add a couple small skips / time saves in the Doctor boss fight section. To start the run, we'll be doing elevator skip. To do this, walk backwards and jump, and while mid-jump, press F11.
No.
Like this.
Hold on, Kissy.
Once on top of the railing, we'll be jumping to that elevator door while avoiding this track.
Don't wait for me. I won't leave Kissy behind, and I won't sacrifice our plan. Not because of...
Once off the elevator, we'll be jumping to this box down here while avoiding any collision that's next to the walls. Once you're here, you can crouch under the ceiling and you'll have a straight shot to that battery over there. Our first collectible is on our left in this room here. It is a note. You can jump from here up to there. You don't need to climb all the way up there to jump over here. Once past this squeeze section, our next collectible will be on our left. We can fire a flare gun before we enter this room to let that burn while we put it in. It is a tape. There are 4 collectibles in this room. A total of 4 notes. One on your left here. The second one on this barrel to your right. And 2 more in this section over here. So 1 over here. I will avoid going there to avoid triggering the critter section. And 1 finally over here. Now this one, as you can see from up there. You can aim towards it from over there. Now the skip that I'm going to attempt to perform is called Mug Skip. And the way this skip works is the critters that spawn in, when they hit you, will hopefully launch you up so that you can crouch through the metal slats up there. Now it's more difficult to perform on current patch, which is why I say attempt, due to the variety of critters that spawn in on earlier releases. It used to be just mini huggies, but now it is a wide variety of nightmare critters, including the mini huggies. And just like that, we're through. We need to immediately leave as they will continue pouring out. But like that, we are through that room. Now, we'll be grabbing both of these boxes and dragging them over.
Ollie, I wanted
to get up here and grab this key. From here, we're gonna start opening this door while grabbing our 3rd collectible. Open the door fully, place one of your hands on this, grab this tape and place it in. And now we'll be performing Gouda cheese skip. The way this works is, well, you just kind of have to spam whatever hand is free on this power knob. You spam it really fast, and hopefully this door opens. It may take a couple attempts to get it right, but once the door's open, you can enter and we'll head to the next section of the game. So when you grab onto this, if you jump first, you can increase your rate of speed up. Once up here, place one of your hands, I typically do my right, and you'll want to crouch, and as you crouch, click right click. This is how you get into a perma-crouch state where you can also sprint while crouched. We will be doing this a few times throughout the run in order to sprint through these vent sections. Before we head down to the prison cells, we will be getting our next collectible. It is in that cell right there. We have to reach this wall in order for the door to start opening. Now there's two ways to go about this next section. You can either do the fight normally in there, or what we're gonna do is we're gonna hang out in this bigger section while we do the fight. But you want to aim your blue hand onto that scanner. And then start this door opening while you're away from it, because there is collision with it when you get next to it that causes the door to act weird. And as you back away, close the door, and then we're going to start this door opening and grab the red hand that's in that room. Now we can do this fight in this section of the room. We cannot go through this door as that is an inbound skip. What we have to wait is for that barricade to get broken down before we can open this. And now we can leave. The code to this panel here is 3255. We can wedge ourselves up this railing to get a small time save. Make sure to jump this gap. And while we run towards that gate over there, we can shoot our hands to hopefully grab onto at least one of the bars. It's kind of an aim and hope and pray because you can't really see them from a distance. So we're gonna start this sequence. We're gonna grab this circular thing and place it. And while that door starts to open, grab that note, finish the door opening, grab the tape, and place it in. And if you do that quick enough, this door will just start opening when you reach it. Now, there is a skip on earlier patches that you could do, where you can jump up on this collision and reach for the key card over all this. That is patched on current patch, so we have to crawl through here, unfortunately. So, in this room, we can jump over this collision. You need enough momentum to jump over it. There is a note directly in front of you over there. We'll grab that, as well as the wheel. And then we'll be jumping on that collision to jump up there. Crouch under the pipes. The code for this keypad is 3642. You'll want to swap to your purple hand. And we will be pausing as soon as we see the save icon on our screen. Okay, as you can see, the save icon showed up. We will be restarting checkpoint. This is due to a lag spike that exists on all patches currently that occurs in this section. This is to ensure that our timer is paused during the lag spike. Your next collectible is on your right in this room. You'll want to swap back to your red hand. And once we see the save icon again, we will be reloading the checkpoint. This is because we are currently crouched and we are walking at a snail pace. And this saves just a little bit of time in getting into the containment zone room. So here, grab this box, drag it to yourself, get it under the gate, and then drag this one over, leaving enough space for you to cross over. For this, to make sure your arm doesn't break, I tend to like to remain crouched until both of these are green. Our next collectible is in room 6 on our right. It is another note. And we will be entering Yarnaby's room in room 3.
You know, I never thought I'd see another like you. A human. Certainly not an employee like you. But something makes you different. I can tell that much. Though, I can't say what exactly that something is. Not yet. The others you faced, 1170, 1188, 1222. Been there, done that. Let's try our hand at something a little different. Oh, Yarnaby.
Minor time save, like really minor, don't have to worry about getting it, is if you can wedge up, all the way up, you can get stuck up top there and aim your left hand and open that door while you wait for Doey to unlock the door for you. Here we start the boxes burning so that Yarnaby moves out of the way quicker. And we'll be grabbing that note on our right. Now we'll do the crouch tech again to sprint through these vents. And we'll need it for a majority of this section. So we'll be grabbing that tape on our left, and this next section we'll need to sprint through as Yarnaby will kill you otherwise. My advice, go as far right as you can and then go as far left as you can. This is to avoid Yarnaby's hitbox, like this. Yarnaby breaks that gate, so we can just place the tape here and then go through these vents. We'll be grabbing this note on our left before entering the Yarnaby chase. Now, once you grab that key card, we will walk to these shelves, which will be on your right if you're facing that door. There's a tape here that we need to grab, and then we'll go through this doorway and grab this note. Place the key card in so that the door starts opening, and place the tape in this room on your left. Now, once Doey is done talking, we will be back in our perma-crouch state. There is a grapple to our right and up. If you time it just right, you can pull yourself up at normal speed. There is no timing, you just kind of have to hope that it happens. Otherwise, you'll get this really slow pull up. The first collectible in this section is this tape in this room. Continue progressing through the rooms, and it goes into this room. You just need to pull the box out of the way first. We will be remaining in our perma-crouch state until we reach safe haven. I would like to note that you cannot jump in this state, so you do have to walk through this area. It is okay because you can make these jump sections without needing to jump. To start, we'll grab that lever and we'll go up. Move the box out of our way so that we can open that. Put in the key, which is 3021. Open the door. Grab the second lever. And put both these hooks on the door. Put these last two on the door. And once the door starts opening, make sure you aren't moving so that the door will glitch through you. As you run through here, your next note will be on your left in this crack of the wall.
Our generator's in a pretty bad state, so...
And benefit of being crouched and walking backwards is that we skip that whole crawl section.
It'll open a door downstairs. Here!
So when you walk away from the battery, turn left again, and then turn right, and your first gear is here. And then we're gonna go left, pull this box out of the way. As none of the boxes want to move. You want the boxes out of the way so you can grab the gear. I don't know why they've bugged on me, but once you have both gears, you'll want to go all the way back to this opening right next to the battery. Left-hand gear goes in here, right-hand gear goes in here. Grab this last gear here and put it in. Our next collectible is on your right here after this crawl space. Once Kissy drops us, we'll be picking up our next tape and holding on to it while we're in safe haven. It's this tape here. Now I like to remain, at this point you can become uncrouched. I like to remain crouched. I think it makes getting pushed through this door section easier, because Kissy's collision will shove you through
to one of the beds. I'll check the fences. See if something's still outside.
Something. It's him. He's out there.
You brought him down? We'll talk about this later. For now, I'll make sure out there is where he stays.
Over here. Get some rest, okay? I didn't know it had gotten this bad. I need to make this right.
Hiya, pal. Got something I want to talk to you about. In here. I heard what you did above. What you survived. If it's all true, we need your help. The voice out there, the one in the prison, they call him the Doctor. Dr. Harley Sawyer. He was the scientist in charge of creating us. We don't know what he is, how he's still alive, but he works with the prototype. Haunting us, starving us, making us sick, and... He controls it all with an omni-hand, we think. The executives used them. It's a battery, a key, the master control to anything in the entire factory. And with it, he commands everything down here. Everything but this. Runs completely on its own grid, away from the prison. For a time, it kept us safe. But now, I need you to stop the Doctor, to take his omni-hand. We'll need it for the generator, and if you want red smoke in the Foundation, you'll need it too. The toys out there, in Safe Haven, they're my family. I understand what Poppy wants, what she believes is right. Destroy the factory, destroy him. But I ask you to consider, if we throw everything away, everyone, just to kill the prototype, how much do we waste? I know the others might believe it's right, that we should bury everything, but let's just think about it. Head for the safest path to no man's land. And to him. But if you need to catch your breath, our safe haven is also yours.
As we exit safe haven, our next note is on our right here, and then we'll be going to the left here to place in the tape that we picked up earlier. Our next skip will be when we get on this elevator, we'll jump in that corner, up onto that railing, and move over to that door. This is to avoid having to wait for the door to open. Be careful with the collision here. If you stand over there, you'll get shoved through the elevator. If you move forward during this part, you'll also get shoved through the elevator. So our next two are over here. There's a note here, as well as a tape over here. For speedrunning purposes, you can jump onto this railing, pick up the note from here, and then jump and grab the tape from here, and you can place it in. You'll want your red hand for this section. You'll place your left hand on to that power nozzle. As you back up, you can grab that note here, and we'll head over here. For this, we need to time it correctly. We'll want our hand to reach that power nozzle after our arm has connected, so like this. If your hand connects this power nozzle before your arm touches that power pole, your arm will just phase through it. So you'll know if the timing was incorrect. So we start by grabbing that lever, hitting this button twice slowly in succession, grabbing the key card and placing it in. Now you'll want to avoid being too close to this boulder, because if you are, it will suck you into the grinder. And this section will be very much in rapid succession, because once I pull this lever, everything starts, and you need timing in order to avoid Yarnaby in this stretch. So once I pull this, we need to hit this button 4 times with a gap in between the first two and the last two, otherwise I believe that door won't open. Once this door's open, aim your hand onto that lever, pull it, and once it's open, we start the hand scanner section, which is the most difficult part of this fight on earlier patches, as Yarnaby is annoying. The benefit to current patch is Yarnaby will actually go to the hand scanner that's currently being scanned, instead of just randomly wandering. There is only one collectible we need to pick up in this section. Press that button and then this button. Yarnaby can hear us, but we'll be fine as long as we're quick. Grab this lever, grab the note there. Once you pull that lever over there, Yarnaby will no longer aggro to you. As far as I've tested, he will go to the nearest exit point. Our next tape is on our left in this box here, and we can place it in here. At this point, we do not need our red hand, so you can swap over to the purple hand at any point, as we'll need it later in the doctor zone.
Suppose he is then. I've been here gathering parts for the generator. Love.
Once he's completely frozen, you can pull this valve at any point. So now that we're in the doctor's domain, we'll grab this box with both hands and pull it, and it'll yank it around us, behind us, and into this corner where we can jump up onto the slat and up onto the rocks. Jump onto this barrel, over to this railing, and up onto this wall where we can drop down, grab the key card in that room without walking into the freezing cold air. Now, there's two ways to do this room. You can either do it normally, and you can do what I'm about to do. The time difference is negligible. It might be a little bit faster for one or the other. It hasn't been fully tested. But what you can do is place your hand onto the scanner, and once that door across from us opens, we can walk forward, hit the checkpoint, and reload. And we will now have both of our hands for this room. The problem is on current patch, the hand phases, the hand that we need to get over there, phases through the floor. So what you have to do if you decide to do this skip is move this thing and this the saw blade until the center of the platform is right in this gap. And when the arm respawns after being in the void for so long, the arm will get cut. Our next note is on this corpse on your left. The code for this is 35198, and we'll be going through this door on our left. From here, straight ahead is a tape that we need. We'll back up and go right. And then left, then right again through this section. Then left and right again, and we'll be in this room where we can place the tape in. And then we'll go directly across over to this vent. We'll do the crouch glitch thing again. Not as necessary as this vent is really short, but whatever time save we can get. Grab this note that is over by these seats. Press this button so that we can unlock this door. And go across the bridge. Now, you could do this normally, where you jump up to there, grab that grapple to over there, or if you aim it just right, when you jump from here, you can just jump around that corner. So there are a total of 3 batteries in this area. We will only need 2 of them. To start, we press that button, wait for this critter to move out of the way, grab the battery, wait for Bobachops to be in that corner, and then run to this side, put the battery in, grab the second battery, put the battery in. Bobachops will hit us, but we can just press that button and grab this battery. Put this battery in, press that button. Bobachops is in our way, it's okay. We grab this key card. And then press the buttons again, and we can enter the room. Once the doctor is done with his whole speech, we can actually just go through the ceiling. We don't have to do this whole moral choice thing that he's offering in this room. I don't know why he would offer a moral choice if we could just leave through the ceiling.
It's your mission. The door will open. Or is maintaining the veil of normal gravity more important. Act quickly. Come on in.
So this elevator on earlier patches had some weird collision right over here that allowed you to get up onto the railing pretty easily. On current patch, you'll have to jump from there onto that railing and then do a jump over to here and then over to here. It'll take some time and practice to get it, because I even still struggle with it. I don't even quite understand where the collision is that allows you to jump up, but it exists somewhere, and then you want to jump before you move. Otherwise, that will happen. If you want to prepare for the doctor fight, You can have your flashlight on now, because you will need it.
Not even the ground beneath your feet.
We'll start by putting the battery, this battery, into this console and running, following this guy forward. When you enter this section, aim more to the right so you can get around that Dr. Minion. Our first time save in this fight is coming up. There is a crouch section right here. There used to be slats there on earlier patches, and they got rid of it on current patch. Our next battery goes into that panel. So this section is a straight right, left, straight right, left to start with. And then it'll be a right, left, straight, right, left, straight. Right, left, straight, right, left, straight. So once I put that battery in, so we normally go through there, but first you need to go this way and grab this key card. And then we come over here and grab this battery until you see the yellow light, and then you turn around. And then we follow this cable to the left back to this room. And then we follow this blue cable off to the right. Now, once this key card is spawned in, place your left hand on it. Don't pull it in just yet. We need to go up here first, place the key card that we just got, enter this room, grab the tape on the right and place it in. And then as you go to pick up this note, you can pull your arm in because it'll take a second. Like this. Pick up the note, and because we're on current patch, it allows us to come back to this center console without having to run back. Now again, we could just stand in front of this door and let it open in our face and we'll glitch right through. You can jump to get your hand on that scanner from down there. You do not need to run up here. And we can do the jump thing to get back on the railings to avoid having to wait for the gate to open. This saves even more time, as once we clear the wall, we can actually drop down. For this skip, we need to jump on those wires, and then it's really hard to see, but there's wires on that wall as well that we need to jump onto. Like this. This is because you can't jump from that rock collision up to this railing.
Yes, yes! My signal's coming through! Finally! The doctor. He's dead. I didn't think I'd ever get to say that. You, my friend, are a hero. Again and again, you do the impossible.
For this next section, we will need our purple handout. Wait for the doors to open a fair bit before you move close to them, because if you get too close to them, it'll trigger their shut, and you'll get trapped in there permanently unless you reload. There's a minor skip here where as the elevator begins to descend, you jump, and you can jump back up here so you can be on the railings. It's a rough timing, so it'll take a lot of practice and just vibing with it to know when to do it. Like that, and now we can just sit on the— oh, well, I fell off. But you can sit on the railing all the way down and crouch through before the door even opens. So before we take this right to get into Safe Haven, we're gonna go to our left, open this gate, and jump up onto— I'm gonna get on the railing so it's easier to demonstrate. You walk on the railing, there is a note right there that you can pick up, and we can jump from the railing to this container to get this tape. And then I normally just jump up from there. You could probably jump from that container onto these to avoid having to do that jump, but we put the tape in over here. And now we enter Safe Haven.
You have it! The Omni Hand! We can do this. You have no idea what this means. It's everything. You've done what none of us ever could. Given us hope. And believe me, down here, that's worth something. Take a minute to catch your breath. I'm sure the others would love to talk with you. Doey and I will be in the generator room whenever you're ready.
If you ever feel like you don't want to walk into this room, you can just stand on her head. She'll drag you with her. Just make sure to get off so that you trigger this cutscene first. Alright. Minor skip with the generator. We pick up both of these because we'll need both of them. But while they're talking, you can place the one that's in your right hand in early. There's an angle. And now that piece is in. And now we just wait for them to be done with their conversation so that we can fix the generator. A minor fun thing you can do while you wait for that to be available. As this door is shutting, shoot your hand out, and when it comes back, it gets in this weird state where it looks a little flat.
I want to open the access panel on the generator. It's just a little door on the outside of the machine.
When Ollie says outside, that's when you can shoot your hand because it'll turn on.
Whenever you're ready,
So here, you'll do another scan inside. As soon as it's done scanning, pull out whatever these things are, these little power
it's done.
things,
We did it.
and place the one that's in your left hand in. We'll be holding on to this. And now we leave Safe Haven. Now with this power thing, you have two options on getting onto this elevator. You can either do what we did before, or you can use this as a little boost up. I typically stand this direction so that it's over here. It will despawn rather quickly. Here again, we jump onto this railing, pick up that gear over there and this gear over here. Place the gear, the first gear you picked up into this one, and then the second one over here. Then we'll re-grab the first gear, as well as grab the third gear. Third gear goes into this one, and then the first gear goes into that one. And now we're off to Foundation. We will need the purple handout for this section, initially. We will need 4 of these. So first one is here. Grab this cart thing and drag it over. Jump up. Grab the key card on this table. We'll jump across. There's a tape on your left here. We'll grab that, and now we swap over to the flare gun hand. Our second dynamite is over here on your left. And then we drop down, go left, and the third one is through this crawl section. We'll crawl just a little bit. Grab the dynamite and go back. Get rid of the critter that will inevitably spawn in, and then when we backtrack, we go left. Take the right tunnel. Get that to explode. Swap hands. And then we grab this. You see that an autosave popped up. We can reload checkpoint. If you swapped your hands, you'll have both hands available for this room. If not, you'll just need to swap them real quick. You need the purple hand because we do need to get back up here first and place our tape in. From here, place the first dynamite down, and we pull that lever up. Second dynamite goes on your left here, and we pull this lever up. Third dynamite here, pull this to close it. Fourth dynamite here, pull this to open it. And then we enter this room, pick up this note, and we start the gas. From here, there are just 3 more levers we need to pull. Those 2, and this one. For total, in order from in a circular motion, this needs to be open, that needs to be up, those 3 in a row need to be up, that needs to be up, and that needs to be closed. Then we go back up here, wait for it to flag, we start the scan. Once it's done scanning, this door will open, we can grab the gear, place the gear up here, and then swap back to our flare gun. If you want, you can quickly swap back to hit this button from a distance before going back to your flare gun in order to fend off these critters. There's a minor skip here where when it lags, you can get launched up onto this. There's no timing for it, so you just kind of have to hope and pray that you get it. There's a cutscene here with Doey. To avoid it, we crouch over here until you reach about this point where you can uncrouch and jump onto this plank and then jump back onto the track. And now we head back to Safe Haven. As you can see, The stuff in this game respawns. We've already picked up this note. You do not need to pick it up again. Here, a minor skip. You can either jump onto this to jump on here and walk around, or you can go over there and jump up. Either way, it just saves a little bit of time from having to run all the way up and around to those stairs. And once again, this is another elevator going down. So if you time it right, when you jump as the elevator starts going down, you can get off the elevator and then get on its railings to save a little bit of time. You'll want the flare gun hand temporarily out, as there is a nightmare critter that spawns in before going back to the Omni hand, as you'll need it later for the fight. There's this tape that we've been passing this entire time, but this is the perfect time to pick it up as we're running in this direction instead of the other way. You'll see why in a second. We pick up the tape on our left, and it goes into this TV station on our right. So it is faster when we're running this direction to pick it up than it is when we're running that direction.
I'm so sorry. I failed you. I was never what any of you needed. I was only made to hurt things. My fault. My fault. Hurt. Everything hurts. Hurt back. Always hurt back. Parents, scientists, everyone have to. My friends. He killed my friend. It all started with you. You and her. It was you who ruined everything! No, that's not true. They jump-started the generator. They destroyed everything! I'll kill you!
There is one collectible in this chase sequence that we're about to go through. So just be prepared for it. Here, it doesn't save as much time on current patch because there is an invisible wall here, but if you time it just right, while Doey pulls that down, you can get onto that. For this stretch, make sure you stop pulling as soon as you enter the cutscene, otherwise your arm may get stuck. The tape is going to be right in front of us, right there. You need to grab it before all that collision drops down. Here, you can walk backwards into here, and you can run across once it hits down. We will be holding on to that tape for the duration of the boss fight. This is another door that you can glitch yourself through. As you wait for it to open, you'll need your flare gun handout for the boss fight. My pathing through the boss fight is to grab this, get Doey to move over to the right. Try to avoid getting grabbed by him. It's a little hard, but the best way to do it is to zigzag. We're gonna saw him once at this one. Wait up here to avoid him getting stuck. As soon as he starts moving, drop down. We got lucky he didn't jump, and now we head up top. Hold that. Other than the grabs, this is probably the most optimal Doey fight that you could possibly get. You'll want the Omni handout for this. If you're fast enough, once you're sawing him for the third time, you can make him invisible. Make sure to swap to flare gun hand as soon as you gain access to it so that he doesn't kill you in this stretch. You have a little bit of time. It's not that tight of timing, but it's better to be safe than sorry when it comes to monster Doey. So the tape we've been holding on to, it goes into a VHS player in this room. So as we head to it, we can start scanning this door. You'll jump down, it is over in this corner of the room. Place it in, and now we head back to that door. And the final collectible that isn't mandatory in this run is this tape right next to this tape player. There is one more tape in this run, and it is the tape that ends the run.
Shelf ventilation block B6. Is this where you are, Poppy? What? Stay where you are.
Listen closely. You're not going to run. You're not going to fight. The charade is over.
Who is this?
Obvious question with an obvious answer.
What did you do with Ollie?
I'm right here, Poppy. For you. I'll always be here.
Doctor, Catnap, Mommy and Huggy, they're all dead. You have nothing now. No one. And soon, you'll have less than that.
Stop that.
You don't need to pretend. much do you know? This isn't right. All those years. Was there ever an Ollie?
Yes, there was. But that was a very long time ago.
Let me tell you what comes next.
I'm going to come up there, and I'm going to find you.
Your collaborators.
The few you have left, they will be dealt with.
What are you going to do with me?
I've got something special in mind.
I prepared it just for you. And this one,
You will never want to leave.
No. No, no, no. This entire time. You lied to me!
because you kept
This ain't the point.
taking the liberty of retrieving those explosives from the Foundation. Thanks for collecting them.
By the way, I've put them to good use. I admit, though, I'm disappointed.
After all that time in your case, I'd hoped you'd see things differently.
Don't you understand?
Always been about you.
And me, hobby. What we are. That's not a truth that can be brought away. No, not when it can mean so much more.
Prototype. Please.
It's time to come home.
Hobby.
It's time to come home.
I can't go back in the case. I can't. I'm sorry.
Some friend, huh?
Don't worry, I'll find her.
As for you two, try to land on your feet.
There is one final minor skip in this run. You can jump up onto these railings. And over here, when you jump over to this barrel, you have the angle where you can shoot your hand onto that scanner from a distance. And here's our final collectible. Grab this tape and place it in, and the run is complete.
Hi, my name is Leif Pierre, and I'm the head of innovation here at Playtime Co. If you're seeing this, you must be very, very lost. Well, rest assured, friend, our state-of-the-art laboratory is just up ahead. Why don't you just go on inside and tap one of our scientists on the shoulder? Tell them you're lost. They'll be glad to help. All right, all right. Let's be honest. You're not supposed to be here. This is the single most high security, high clearance section of the whole factory. When someone finds you down here, you will be shot. And before you get any ideas, don't think you can just sneak away either. No, the second you put this tape in, it set off an alarm. So if anyone's home, they know exactly where you are. Pretty nifty, huh? Security is very important to us here. If I were you, I'd start running.